Scientists say they found the strongest indications yet of the possibility of life in outer space on a planet more than 120 light years away.
We've been looking at the stars for centuries, wondering if we are truly alone in the universe. Governments deny it. Scientists debate it. But the evidence? It's out there, if you know where to look. In this video, we're moving past conspiracy theories, past fuzzy pictures and tin-foil hats. Join us as we embark on a journey into the raw, documented, blood-curdling experiences that have made even the most jaded of skeptics mere echo the words, aliens are real. These are the sights, documents, and secrets that once you see, you'll believe. This is once you see this, you will believe in aliens.
Algae and other microbes. The discovery suggests the planet may be teeming with microbial life. The scientists stress they haven't yet discovered actual aliens.
1. The Tic Tac UFO encounter, U.S. Navy's most credible sighting. In 2004, highly trained U.S. Navy fighter pilots were off the coast of San Diego, California, on a routine training mission. Then, suddenly, radar operators on board the USS Princeton began tracking multiple unidentified flying objects flying at impossible speeds. One was shaped like a white Tic Tac, sleek, oval, and featureless. David Fravor, a seasoned pilot with more than 16 years' experience, was scrambled to intercept. What he saw appeared to violate physics. The craft plummeted 80,000 feet in under a second, wove left and right without any visible means of propulsion, and suddenly disappeared. This wasn't a blurry photo. This was recorded on military-grade infrared cameras, verified by multiple Navy personnel. In 2020, the Pentagon officially declassified the footage, confirming it's real and still unexplained.
Tonight, something strange happened in the skies over Arizona that still hasn't been fully explained. An event now known as the Phoenix Lights.
It was extraordinary.
No one knows for sure what happened that night in the skies over Arizona in March.
2. The Phoenix Lights. Thousands saw it. No one could explain it. Something strange occurred in the night skies above Phoenix, Arizona on March 13, 1997. A huge V-shaped craft, bigger than a football field, silently sailed over the city. There were thousands of reports by police officers, pilots, and ordinary citizens, all saying the same thing. This wasn't a weather balloon or flares. It was methodical, quiet, and intentional. Witnesses said it blocked out the stars, and some said it hovered for minutes before disappearing into the night. Governor Fife Symington mocked the event at first, until years later he admitted he had seen it as well. He called it otherworldly. To this day, the Phoenix Lights remains one of the most well-documented and unsolved mass UFO sightings in history. 3. The Roswell incident. Cover-up or contact. Something crashed in the desert outside Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. Initially, the military issued a statement that said it had recovered a flying disc. But within hours, that statement was withdrawn, substituted with the allegation of a weather balloon. But years later, deathbed confessions from senior officials told another story. Bodies had been recovered, and they weren't human. Witnesses described bizarre metallic wreckage, unlike any they had ever seen, strewn across the crash site. The U.S. Air Force still stands by the official story, but leaked memos and whistleblowers and forensic evidence keep. Roswell was our first real alien encounter, and it was covered up. 4. The Rendlesham Forest Incident, Britain's Roswell, December 1980. For 2 consecutive nights, U.S. Air Force personnel stationed at a NATO base in England observed strange lights descending into what's known as Rendlesham Forest. As the rumors spread, 3 servicemen, including Sergeant Jim Peniston, ventured into the woods on the second night to check it out. They discovered a triangular craft that was grounded. It had weird glyphs on the outside. The minute Peniston touched it, he reported, He had what he called a download of binary code in his mind. The craft rose quietly into the air and disappeared. Years later, that binary code was decoded, containing coordinates to ancient sites like the Great Pyramid and the Nazca Lines, and a chilling message: exploration of humanity, continuous for planetary advance. 5. The WOW signal, a message from the stars. In 1977, the astronomer Jerry Amon was sweeping through deep space with Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope. Then suddenly, a powerful 72-second signal appeared on the receiver, much stronger than any background noise. He drew a circle around it on the printout and wrote one word: wow. Despite this, no man-made or natural source has ever been able to explain the WOW signal. It originated from the Sagittarius constellation, and it never repeated. Most think it was the first, and probably the only, message we've received from alien intelligence. To this day, no known natural source, be it a pulsar, quasar, or planet, has matched the frequency and nature of the WOW signal. Some theorize it was a deliberate transmission from an intelligent civilization trying to reach out. Others speculate it could be the last whisper of a long-dead alien society. Regardless, the WOW signal remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
Following on Daytime Live this series is the search for what's causing the beautiful and intriguing crop circles. These are flattened circles in fields of wheat and other crops which have been occurring in increasing numbers across central southern England.
6. Crop circles, messages in the fields. And while many crop circles are, frankly, man-made, some are beyond reason. Chilbolton crop formation in the UK, 2001. It was a reply to the Arecibo message, a radio message sent to space by scientists in 1974. The formation instead showed a modified version of the original message, suggesting a binary answer from a species which is non-human, detailing their DNA, stature, population, and a solar system that differed from the one we live in. Even stranger, the formation showed up overnight, with no tire tracks, footprints, or signs of human interference. Skeptics say it was man-made, but there were no signs of entry, no tire tracks, and no damage to the surrounding area. The precision, symmetry, and information encoded were far beyond what ordinary hoaxers could achieve in a single night. Other unexplained crop formations exhibit mathematical precision, electromagnetic anomalies, and altered plant cellular structure. If aliens wanted to communicate without disrupting our civilization, crop circles could be their form of subtle contact. They're visible from the sky, peaceful in nature, and often dismissed, making them the perfect hidden-in-plain-sight messages. 7. Bob Lazar and Area 51, insider or hoax. In 1989, Bob Lazar alleged that he worked at a secret base near Area 51S4, where he reverse-engineered alien technology. The government, he claimed, had 9 flying saucers, and their propulsion systems used element 115, which had not yet been discovered. Years later, element 115, moscovium, was confirmed and added to the periodic table. Lazar's story, rendered discredited in the eyes of skeptics, hasn't wavered in 30 years.
To help reverse engineer technology that was apparently from the 1953 Kingman UFO crash. J-Rod was one of the crash survivors and worked directly with our own government.
As it turns out, everything he predicted, from biometric hand scanners to security clearances, has, as of this writing, been confirmed. Skeptics attempted to discredit him, claiming his educational background couldn't be verified. But Lazar's detailed and unchanging story over 30-plus years has intrigued many.
That he could not explain in any kind of technology that was familiar to him at the time.
Even more chilling, some of the technology he described, like biometric hand scanners, have since been confirmed to exist. Whether he's telling the truth or an elaborate lie, Bob Lazar's testimony remains a cornerstone of modern alien conspiracy theories and has inspired countless documentaries, books, and Investigation 8. Ancient astronaut theory. Evidence in our past. From the Nazca lines in Peru to the pyramids in Egypt, there are many such ancient structures that, on the surface at least, seem far beyond the capabilities of the civilizations that built them. All over the planet, carvings and statues show what appear to be astronauts and flying craft and beings from the stars. Mysterious flying machines were referenced in the Vedic texts of India as traveling through the sky and fighting one another with rays of light. Were ancient deities merely visiting aliens, misinterpreted by primitive humans? In India's ancient texts, like the Mahabharata and Ramayana, there are stories of flying machines called vimanas that battled in the skies using lightning and energy weapons. Mayan glyphs and Sumerian tablets also contain images that resemble rockets, astronauts, and control panels. Were our ancestors recording encounters with alien visitors? Or is it all just myth and imagination? The sheer consistency of such stories across continents and cultures makes it harder to dismiss. Could it be that what we now call mythology is actually our earliest history with beings from the stars?
I just remember waking up. I just saw this large head hovering over top of me. There was 3 of these beings who physically...
9. Alien abductions, mass delusion, or mass contact. Thousands of people around the world describe similar experiences. Missing time, weird dreams, unexplained scars, and encounters with non-human sentient beings. From the well-known Betty and Barney Hill case in 1961 to recent reports from individuals in rural Canada, the narratives are strikingly uniform. Abductees, under hypnosis, recall being taken aboard ships, examined and exposed to images of earthly destruction, as if aliens were warning or watching us. Many credible astronauts have stepped forward with bold allegations. Fred Einstein, the 6th man to step on the moon, said publicly, "Skeptics attribute this to sleep paralysis, mental illness, or suggestibility, but some psychiatrists who studied the abductees found no signs of deception or delusion. Even more startling are recovered memories under hypnosis that mention warnings about Earth's environment, war, and humanity's future. Are these abductions a form of study or intervention? If true, it suggests that aliens are not just observing, they're interacting with us, and maybe even trying to guide or influence our evolution."
What's it like to be home?
Wonderful.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Earth is nice.
Wilmore and Williams say they're not angry or bitter that their 10-day mission turned into 286 days on the space station after their Boeing space capsule malfunctioned. Did you ever feel abandoned up there? Did you ever feel that NASA, the White House, anybody had abandoned you?
Felt abandoned? No. I mean, I didn't think about those type of things.
10. Astronauts who spoke out. When people who have actually traveled into space say they've seen UFOs, it forces us to take the conversation seriously. Edgar Mitchell, the 6th man to walk on the moon, was one of the most outspoken believers. He claimed that aliens have visited Earth and that the government has been covering it up for decades. "They are real," he said, "and we are not alone." Gordon Cooper, another NASA astronaut, reported seeing a UFO land at an airbase in the 1950s, a sighting witnessed by his crew and allegedly caught on film, though the footage was supposedly confiscated. Even Buzz Aldrin has hinted at seeing something unusual following Apollo 11. NASA later claimed it was likely a piece of detached spacecraft, but Aldrin's initial description told a different story. These aren't conspiracy theorists or bloggers. These are trained, military-level pilots and engineers with nothing to gain and everything to lose by speaking up. Their testimonies suggest that UFO encounters don't stop at Earth's surface. They extend into orbit and beyond. If the men and women who've been beyond our atmosphere believe something is out there, perhaps it's time we listened. 11. Skinwalker Ranch, portal to another world. Tucked deep in northeastern Utah, Skinwalker Ranch isn't just your average stretch of land. For decades, it has been a black hole of strange activity, from mysterious lights in the sky to encounters with shape-shifting creatures, vanishing cattle, and beings that defy biology. Locals tell tales of bulletproof wolves, doors that appear in thin air, and menacing orbs that seem to have intelligence. But it's not just folklore. In 1996, billionaire Robert Bigelow funded a team of scientists and ex-military personnel to investigate. What they found was chilling. Instruments would suddenly go haywire. Cameras would be torn down by no visible force. One physicist described it as an intelligence that plays with you. Even government-sponsored research through the secretive AAWSAP program documented events that scientists refuse to publish out of fear of ridicule. Whatever's happening at Skinwalker Ranch, it isn't just alien, it's something far stranger. 12th. Declassified government documents, secrets in plain sight for decades, governments internationally treated involvement in UFO investigations as grounds for ridicule. But over the past few years, a steady trickle of declassified documents has shown that the truth was never disguised, just hidden in plain sight. Intelligence agencies have been quietly investigating encounters for more than 70 years, from the United States Project Blue Book to the British Ministry of Defense's secret UFO desk. The documents describe pilots who have lost control of their aircraft while chasing UFOs, objects hovering over nuclear silos, and craft that make maneuvers that break the laws of physics. One chilling 1952 FBI memo describes a meeting of alien beings from another dimension. Another reveals Soviet experiments trying to communicate with non-human intelligences. Why are these documents now being released? Is it slow disclosure? Or are we being prepared for something bigger? 13. Alien implants, physical proof. We've been touched forget grainy video and eyewitness accounts. What if aliens have planted something inside of us? That's what Dr. Roger Lear thought after surgically extracting more than a dozen suspicious implants from people who described what they believed were abduction experiences. The implants had never been seen before. They held rare earth metals, electromagnetic signatures, nanostructures that were beyond the explanation of even military labs. Some pulsed out radio frequencies, without a power supply. And here's the kicker. They were often surrounded by no inflammation, meaning the body didn't see them as foreign, as if they were biologically set up to be accepted. What kind of intelligence could do that? And more importantly, why?
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind.
14. The gimbal and go fast videos, proof from the sky made public by the U.S. Department of Defense. The gimbal and go fast videos offer the world a jaw-dropping glimpse of what fighter pilots have been describing for decades. In the gimbal video, a saucer-shaped craft tumbles midair against 200 knot headwinds, with no visible engines, wings, or exhaust. The pilot's shell-shocked voice says it all. Look at that thing. It's rotating. Go Fast shows something else zip across the ocean at an impossible speed. Navy radar techs set their sights on it, but said they couldn't explain its propulsion or movement. These videos weren't hoaxes. They were filmed by the most advanced military aircraft in the world and confirmed as real UAPs by the Pentagon. If these aren't alien, then what kind of power is flying them? 15. The hollow moon theory, our watcher in the sky. When Apollo missions meteorically crashed seismic probes into the moon, the data startled NASA scientists. The moon has a resonant quality, like a bell, and the impact echoed for hours. This gave rise to an audacious theory. The moon is hollow, or at least features large, internal caverns, possibly of artificial origin. And that's not all. The moon's orbit is math-perfect, It's the optimal size and distance to create total solar eclipses on Earth. Statistically, that's astronomically rare. Others think the moon is not just a natural satellite, but a man-made observation station sent here ages ago by advanced intelligence. Could the moon be watching us? 16. UFOs at nuclear sites. The ultimate warning? From the United States to the old Soviet Union, one pattern keeps appearing. Wherever you find nuclear warheads, you find UFOs. In 1967 at Malmstrom Air Force Base, several nuclear missiles suddenly went offline after guards reported a glowing red object hovering above. In the case of the Soviet Union, a similar incident took place, except the missiles almost launched by themselves. It was a frantic effort to prevent potential nuclear conflict. Why are these craft so concerned with our most deadly weapons? Are they warning us, monitoring us, or saving ourselves from annihilating ourselves? If these beings have the power to disable global weapon systems, the question isn't whether they exist. The question is, who controls the trigger? 17. The Black Knight satellite, alien tech in orbit. Drifting through Earth's orbit is one mysterious object that has left scientists, astronauts, and analysts scratching their heads for more than 60 years. The Black Knight satellite.
Lots of people believe in the abstract theory of alien life, but some people believe aliens have not only visited Earth.
First identified in the 1960s, it doesn't appear in the catalog of any space agency. It does not belong to any country, and it's in polar orbit around Earth, something no human satellite could do back then.
Presence of a strange, dark, tumbling object that didn't belong to either country. Americans freaked out, worried that it was a new Soviet satellite, but Time magazine announced it was just an innocent piece of space.
NASA snapshots reveal a dark, angular vessel that appears almost alien in its design. Some radio operators even said they received coded transmissions from it.
When Vallée showed a recording of his findings, though, his superior confiscated the tape and erased the footage.
Some theorists say it's an alien probe dropped off to study humanity for millennia, a cosmic sentry, silently watching us evolve. 18. Project Stargate, the psychic spy program. In the 1970s, the U.S. military funded a classified program called Project Stargate. Its goal? Train operatives in remote viewing, the psychic ability to see places, people, or even extraterrestrial worlds from long distances away. One witness, Ingo Swann, allegedly described towers and vehicles on the moon, decades before satellite imagery became available. Some said they would communicate with non-human beings watching the planet. And if aliens aren't just in the sky, but in our minds, then the battlefield is broader than you'd imagine.
I say alien abduction because some of the pieces of information that they discuss, the loss of time, seeing beings that actually came out of this craft.
19. Hybrid beings, the human-alien connection. Some abductees say they see things that look almost human. These so-called hybrids are cold, pale, and oddly intelligent, part alien, part human DNA. Some scientists think we're part of a decades-long genetic experiment, and that these hybrids are meant to integrate into society, observing, learning, and maybe even directing us. Could they already be here on Earth, walking the same streets, working in labs, reshaping our future? 20. The final disclosure. Are we ready? In recent years, government and military officials have changed their language. UFOs are now UAPs. Whistleblowers such as David Grush alleges secret programs are hiding alien craft.
It wasn't a boat and it wasn't a star. I just watched this craft. The next thing I knew, it just...
Congressional hearings have started to scrutinize. The gradual release of information is coming in as a torrent. And if full contact occurs, if aliens reveal themselves tomorrow,
not to harm her as she laid on this table and experienced.
The biggest question won't be, do they exist? It's going to be, what are they here for? Thank you for watching. If this video made you think twice about what's out there, leave a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, the truth isn't out there anymore, It's right here. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.